Hello and welcome to another video. Today I will react to a few videos, but for each of these videos I will have a different video, so there will be 3 videos in the next days or so you can watch. I hope you enjoyed. Please like and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter and also on Twitch if you want to see me, not see me live of course, hear me live, and discuss with me some politics around the world, from wherever you are in the world. I like to talk to foreign people from other countries. I am currently also in a French course where I already met some interesting people from around the world, from Brazil, from Palestine, from Ukraine and Russia, from China, from Poland, from many different countries, and it was awesome and interesting. So if you are from any part of the world, just tell me in the comments, and or follow me on Twitch, and we can talk about politics. You can also recommend me something there, and I will take a look on it, whether it's now an article, a video, or something like this, or memes. Just send me a link also, and we can have some fun on Twitch. Just follow me there. I have no schedule so far, but when I stream, I hopefully always stream at least a bit, at least a few hours. I'm not sure. Sometimes it's also just 1 hour or so, or even less, but I always enjoy being there and spend some time with you if you follow me there. So, and on Twitter you can also follow me. I don't post that much, but yeah, if maybe I have something to say there also at some point. Anyway, here we are in a video about gun control. Gun control on the one side in the United States, where there is no gun control, and in Australia, where it seems that there is a big gun control, or much more than at least in the United States. And I have also one other video, and then I will make some quizzes here on Cetera, about different parts of geography, and maybe the states of the United States, like Florida, California, Kentucky, and so. But yeah, that's for the third video. I'm not sure when you will see all of them, but you will see all of them. So right here and now we are with gun control. I hope you enjoyed. Please like and subscribe. Smash the like button. Smash the subscribe button. And yeah, let's try to reach 30 subscribers or so by the end of the year. I have now 22, so when you want to become 23, just click there. You know where to go. Also subscribe to my second channel if you want. Anyway, enough of the boring introduction. Now the video starts.
Welcome back for more on the gun debate. We're bringing the first part of a 3-part series with John Oliver.
Yesterday, Americans watched in shock as even watered-down gun legislation died on the floor of the Senate.
Senate gun limits, scouters, we have been betrayed by liars and cowards. It's shameful. Yeah. So even the smallest gun control laws always have the feeling, at least fail in the United States, and I will also maybe make a video later about how it is here in Germany. I think it's much more restricted than in the United States. It's maybe not as great as in Australia, but yeah. It's easy to be better than the United States in this race. In other ways, maybe not. Let's continue.
But that is exactly where it belongs, according to gun lobbyists like Philip.
I mean, take a look at this. Take a look at this.
Senate. But that is exactly where it belongs.
I think nowhere in Germany you could find that easily weapons to buy, and there's, I think, special weapon stores where you can buy weapons, but you need a license and so. But yeah, you cannot just go to a store and let's try this one or let's try this one. We are maybe not perfect, but we are also not crazy as they are. Yeah.
According to gun lobbyists like Philip Van Cleve of the Virginia Citizens Defense League.
The Second Amendment, you know, is
They always with their stupid amendments. They also, I heard also from Hassan Abi, for example, that in the 13th Amendment, also slavery is kind of legal for people in prison. And this stupid. I mean, they should also, after a few hundred years, make a new constitution. Whatever the old grandfathers of the constitution, the old guys said, we have now a complete different time. So complete things which they also could not have foreseen in their wisdom. I don't know if they had wisdom, but they could not have foreseen all of the things which happened so far. So why relying on this thing which is hundreds of years old and should definitely need an update? Just make a new constitution, a modern constitution, and yeah. But they're very conservative with this, with their grandfathers and the constitution and the independent, blah blah blah.
Sacrosanct.
You hold up this sign whenever I make a suggestion that you think is infringing upon your Second Amendment rights, okay?
Okay.
Assault weapons ban. Boom, there it is. Increased background checks. Really?
Yes.
Just for background checks?
We don't do background checks for the First Amendment.
What? Oh, okay. Moment. How do we write it? I will make a video about this later. I think the First Amendment is free speech. The Second Amendment is that you can have a gun, and it's just weird. I mean, background checks for free speech, yeah, why should you? But for guns, it makes much more sense.
Okay, so let's just try this one.
Okay.
Nice and easy.
Sure.
A mandatory 1 hour waiting period if you buy a gun.
I mean, why? And I would be in favor of just banning weapons in general. But I understand if maybe some want to shoot, it's a weird hobby, but if they want to shoot, then they should only be allowed to shoot at this specific places, this I don't know, a special place where everything is safe and secure and nowhere else it's allowed to have a gun or to use a gun. This would be my opinion, my suggestion.
Why a mandatory?
Are you kidding me?
Unless I could see a reason. No. I can't think of anything that I support. Because at the end of the day, none of it works.
Exactly. Gun
Control doesn't work, yeah.
control does not work. What if, hypothetically speaking, what if gun control could work?
I mean, it's a bit annoying always with the laughing in the background, but I think that's just something normal for American comedy.
Which obviously it can't, so we know that it won't, so that's not a problem. But what if it could, due to that time that it did?
Okay, when was that?
Australia. Yes, Australia. In 1996, a Conservative Prime Minister, John Howard, instituted sweeping gun control laws following a mass shooting that shocked the nation. So should we be learning from this effective example? Of course not.
I guess if we're going to go to Planet X and say it's not the United States, it's some other planet, different people, different everything, I don't know. Yeah.
I mean, of course they're both actors, but it's just so funny. I watched it before and it was amazing. I love it.
Yeah, but in the real world with human beings, it's not going to work, and gun control isn't going to work.
Unfortunately, not only is Australia actually in the real world,
I mean, I heard also, nothing against Americans, but in this fun joke videos with what the dumbest thing an American has ever said to you. It's just something fun and comic, I don't say anything in general against anyone specifically, but it's just funny. And one of them said that in one of these videos, what was it? One person asks the other person, the person A lives in Australia, the person B lives in the United States, and person B asks person A, who are you voting for, Clinton or Trump? And then the person A from Australia said, neither. I live in Australia. And then person B said, it doesn't matter, every vote counts. It's just fun. It's just but some people think that Australia is just a part of the United States, or United States is everything in the world which is important. But of course there are in every country is idiots, and also in Germany and in other countries. So I don't generalize anything, but yeah, it's funny. And yeah, Australia is in the real world. Australia is yeah, pretty much in the real world. I don't like everything Australia is doing. Of course not like with any other country in the world. But yeah, that's probably great that they have made this gun controls.
Even their animals can holster weapons. So who was right about gun control? There was only one way to find out. Confront the man responsible. Mr. Prime Minister, let's begin in the formal Australian way. G'day.
How do you do?
Obviously, gun control doesn't work. It can't work. It will never work. So how was your scheme a failure?
Well, I
I hope they told you also beforehand that it is comedy. I think they did, but it's just funny. Anyway.
It was not a failure. We had a massacre at a place called Port Arthur 17 years ago, and there have been none since.
0 gun massacres? Hold on.
I mean, I don't know how many gun massacres happened here in Germany. I think there were a few in the last years or 10 years or so, but it's also not that. I mean, it's definitely like in the United States, where it is kind of happening every year or many times every year. So it's not like this. So, but gun massacres have happened also in Germany. I'm sorry for my writing. With some English words I have still problems. Like massacre, probably. Let's define something. Massacres in Germany. So, list of massacres in Germany. Let's see. No, I'm not interested in the 16th, 18th century. What? 1524 to 1525. 70,000. Okay, moment. It's in the a few hundred years ago. Gun massacres, killing in Germany after 45. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 massacres, with the last one taking place on 19th of February 2020. Okay, now we look for the same thing. This, I copy this. USA. So let's see. I'm interested. What we will find out in the United States. Okay, also so where did we start? 1945. 1949 was the first one here, and then it's more. But I also don't know what they are counting here and what's no. So, but it's definitely more than in the United States. I mean, it's more in the United States more than in Germany. I will have the links to the list in the Wikipedia in the description if you want to say something to them and or have something to add. Please do so.
Gun control actually work?
It stopped one thing. That could also be a statistical anomaly.
Yeah, it was just their mass shootings disappeared.
But there were so few of them. Whoop-de-doo.
Whoop-de-doo.
Yeah.
Whoop-de-doo.
Yes. Mass shootings were rare anyhow.
Exactly. They probably barely had a massacre before 1996.
There were about 13 in the previous 18 years.
In the 18 years before Port Arthur, there were 13 mass shootings.
Yes.
Almost one a year.
Yes. I was unaware they had that many. Mass being what, more than 2 people at a time?
More than 4.
More than 4. Okay.
Whoop-de-doo. But perhaps there were other non-whoop-de-doo.
Whoop-de-doo, I don't understand what this means. Whoop-de-doo. Maybe it's it says something, but I don't understand. If this is the case, then please explain it to me.
Side effects.
The homicide rate involving the use of guns has declined significantly by factors of up to 50 and 60%. And the incidence of youth suicides involving guns has declined dramatically.
Whoop-de-doo. Help me out here, Philip. Homicides with guns went down. Suicide with guns also went down. 0 mass shootings.
What did happen? Australia still has murders, rapes, and robberies, last I checked.
Unless you can get rid of 100% of crime, it's not worth doing.
He makes a good point in the moment. The guy left, of course.
At all.
Well, put it this way. It's illegal to have crack cocaine anywhere in the United States. Do you think if somebody really wants it, they can get their hands on crack cocaine in America?
So unless we can completely get rid of drugs, there's no point in having drug laws at all.
That's a good thing. That's a good yeah, it would make sense in the logic of the guy on the right side.
Let me think about that for a minute.
Moment, I take some noisy stuff out of a bag, something, I don't know. Then we will continue.
Well, I guess effectively, it doesn't work.
You can't argue with Philip. Even his logic is bulletproof.
Well, let me put it to you this way. There are more drownings in backyards where they have pools. If they don't have a pool, there are no drownings in backyards, okay? So the U.S. has a very high number of guns. Therefore, there's going to be more chances for somebody to be killed with a gun.
Right.
Right.
But this would mean that there should be no pools in the backyard and not so he's saying we should take away the weapons, or what does he want?
Right. That's my point. Philip might think that living in a society with dramatically reduced gun violence is a whoop-de-doo, and people in Australia couldn't agree with him more.
Whoop-de-doo!
Whoop-de-doo, mate.
Whoop-de-doo, for whatever that means.
He also doesn't know what whoop-de-doo means, so if you know what this means, please tell me.
John Oliver, we'll be right back. Welcome back. So last week, as we were watching on the show, last week we learned that while our United States Senate was unable to pass even the most basic gun control measures, Australia has had a successful gun control scheme for almost 2 decades. John Oliver visited our cousins from across a couple of ponds to find out more in part 2 of our 3-part series.
In 1996, following a massacre, Australia's Conservative government enforced a national buyback of semi-automatic weapons, while also heavily regulating the purchase and storage of other firearms. The result was dramatically reduced levels of gun violence. So why can't we do that here? To find out, I sat down with longtime aide to Harry Reid, Jim Manley.
The NRA is still a very powerful force in this country. They have 4 million members who
I don't know who this guy is. When he's someone important, please tell me.
are very, very determined to get their way.
And how can a nation of 300 million compete with that?
It's difficult to understand sometimes, isn't it? But the fact of the matter is that you've got to think long and hard before you support gun control legislation, because taking on the NRA can be political suicide.
And the Democratic Party is working tirelessly to...
you see, those are the Democrats who had some, bolts in their trousers, I would like to say, and did something what is correct and right and good for society, and and it is the only good thing to do as a Democrat. Everything else is just stupid.
Reduce the rate of political suicide among its members.
I don't know anything about this different persons, but they voted no. Democrat no votes. No for gun control or no against gun control? I'm not sure. If they voted in favor of gun control laws, then they are great. I'm not sure about this. I'm now a bit confused what this no means, but yeah, let's continue.
Surely Australian politicians weren't stupid enough to end their political lives for gun control.
Well, I did.
What?
I did.
You did what?
I took the stand. I was prepared to face the political consequences, and we delivered gun control.
Meet Rob Borbidge, former Premier of Queensland, Australia's most conservative state. In 1996, he was instrumental in enacting gun control, knowing it would cost him his political career in the next election.
We paid a high political price, but we did the right thing. Look, there are Australians alive today because we took that action. I mean, how much is a life?
Let's continue. I just had done something. I have anyway.
Worth.
But Jim Manley knows that a true public servant has more important concerns.
What makes a politician successful?
Getting re-elected by his or her constituents.
Yeah, that's probably the exact wrong answer to give in this situation. Of course, what means wrong answer? It is the answer you as someone from the normal people would not like to hear, because yeah, okay, you do whatever you have to do to get re-elected. You don't do anything you promised in the before you got elected, and you don't do anything which is necessary to do for society. So you have actually, in my opinion, no reason to be there. Why are you there? You just don't do things for yourself.
Right. Yeah. That's how you judge success.
Okay, well, getting legislation done.
Right, it's second.
Is second, yes.
So that is second. Holy that is second?
If I could
How? I mean, the first answer was the honest answer. And then he just said, okay, it doesn't sound good, so I say something better. Don't just say what you really honestly think. And if you really honestly think this, then go away and I don't know, stop being a politician and go somewhere else. Do something else. Do something where you can do something meaningful.
Rewind this tape, I'd say getting legislation done and getting real.
I mean, he tries to find the best thing to say, which sounds good and still doesn't promise anything, and yeah, it's just so. Such politicians are just stupid, and the reason why we don't get anything done in society, why we have no progress.
Elected by your constituents.
But seeing as we can't rewind the tape, let's just go with the answer you gave on instinct.
If you don't get re-elected, you're just roadkill in the political process, and you're just another loser.
Tragically, not everyone understands.
You are a loser anyway. On the one side, you lose the trust in the people, and on the other side, you lose your job. So it seems. So there is something fundamentally wrong, I think.
This.
What makes a politician successful? Go.
Making society a better place.
No.
But I mean, he's also maybe just an exception for Australian politicians, but that's the answer I would like to hear from any politician, because that's why we elect them. That's why we put them into the place where they are, to improve society, make society a better place, as he said. Maybe it's not always working, but that should be the fundamental goal.
Oh, Rob, no. Look, we can actually rewind the tape. Are we rolling? What makes a politician successful?
Well, it's your responsibility to govern in the best interests of the people that you serve.
Right, Rob.
I mean, I also hope that they I guess they told him also it's comedy. I mean, probably. It just it's so funny. I like it.
I mean, I'm going out on a limb here. I've already told someone else that I can't do this when I can.
I hope you got a lot of tape.
True success is a lifelong politician like Harry Reid, whose watered-down gun legislation was carefully designed to protect those who needed it most.
He has a responsibility as the Democratic leader to protect the caucus.
Right, the caucus needs to be protected.
What is a caucus? I'm not sure. There's so many English terms I don't know, but I hope you can explain them to me. If you are from the United States, just please explain them to me. I like to learn, and it's not that I think that all of you are stupid. Most of you are probably not stupid. Just the people who stand out are especially funny, and so yeah, they you easily just see them. But I don't think that you are all stupid. Just please explain to me what this all means. Sometimes some of these words I don't know. And some of the policies you make, I also think are not good, but at least I want to understand what they are talking about. Gun control is good.
The caucus does.
They need to be protected politically.
How many political careers have been tragically ended by gun control?
We've lost some good folks.
I want to see this. The people you lost, they are great and have probably done something good for society.
Over the years because of their view.
Right, you have a perfectly healthy political career and then bang.
Just
Moment, I have to find out. Sorry, I want to find out. American politicians supporting gun control. Probably also mistakes, spelling mistakes, definitive. But yeah, I want to find this out. Yeah, here is some better version probably. 44 pro-gun control politicians who supported. Okay, let's see. I'm curious. I want to find some, or show also some good people here in this thing. Mary Claire. I'm not sure what it is. At first glance, the midterm elections back in November seemed a bit defeating major gun control advocates like Andrew Gillum, Stacey Abrams, and Beto O'Rourke lost their governmental races, and Republicans kept control of the U.S. Senate, but changes happens in inches, not feet, and yeah, because both inches and feet are from the imperial system, and they of course use the imperial system and not the kind of normal system we all use. No feet, and our country has still taken a major political step, specifically in the fight for common sense gun laws. The Democrats won the majority in the U.S. House of Representatives that now includes more than 100 women. Okay. Whatever, this doesn't matter. Which means there will be a strong push for gun control legislations, allowing Americans to freely go to a bar or. But why should women more easily vote for gun control than men? Maybe they do in statistically, but I don't see that this is something. Anyway, if they do, then it's great. Who cares? What gender they have? A concert, a movie theater, a classroom, a place of worship, a yoga studio, etc. with also fear of being shot. Electing this gun control advocates, many who have experienced gun violence firsthand was blah blah blah. Hey, state New Jersey position U.S. Senator what he says about gun control. If you need a license to drive a car, you should need a license to own a gun. Okay, this makes sense. It's just something which even in the I'm back. Okay, that's just it seems for me like a common thing, which it's logic. It's Kamala Harris. That's interesting. She's State California, and she is. I think it's her who is. She is now also the how to say it, after Biden. If Biden would now suddenly be gone, she would be president, and maybe she's also running for presidency next year. I'm not sure, but what does she say? Most recently, Harris said if elected president, she will give Congress 100 days to pass gun laws. Otherwise, she will issue an executive order. This, I mean, I have also heard bad things about her, but this I would definitely support. I would of course not support any of them, but it's good to know. Elizabeth Warren, I also saw her as a candidate for president at some point. Massachusetts, what she says about gun control. I have never taken a penny from the NRA. I am not going to start now. That's why I'm taking the blah blah pledge. If enough leaders join me, we can finally stand up to the gun lobbyists and get some real changes. Okay. Peter Puttigieg. I think so many people had difficulties to pronounce his name. Indiana. Is a member of the Majors Against Illegal Guns, a bipartisan group within the Everytown network that comprises the more than 1,000 majors advocating for gun safety. Learn more about. Okay. There are a few which are also against guns, and this is there are a few interesting people here. I will put this I will remember this website, and I also put it in the description. But yeah, it is a very important gun control, and I think they should do this for their own safety, and yeah. And also, if there would be more stricter gun controls, I would also maybe visit the United States at some point, because I don't want to just be shot because I was at the wrong place at the wrong time there, and someone thought, this guy looks stupid or whatever. I mean, people have so many guns. I would not like to go there. Also for this reason, for there are so many guns, and yeah, the likelihood to be just shot and killed is much higher than at many other places in the world. Let's continue.
Like that.
Which means former Australian Prime Minister John Howard has blood on his hands. Do you ever...
That's the video while it was still paused recording, so there will be a small thing you see again.
John Howard has blood on his hands. Do you ever think about the innocent victims of your gun control?
There were no innocent victims of mine. There were no victims at all. Yeah, that's a photograph of Rob Borbidge. He was incredibly courageous politically in supporting our laws.
But politically, he's dead. Bang. Just like that.
Well, he lost an election that we all do at some point.
But Howard is not alone. His Deputy Prime Minister, Tim Fischer, also refuses to accept responsibility for these career massacres.
So you don't look at these faces and feel guilt?
Well, they're alive, and...
They're dead. They're politically dead.
I hope that those who totally veto any move to bring sensible semi-automatic and automatic weapon control to the suburbs of America are also politically dead but physically alive.
Not if I could help it.
Yeah, so I mean, this is a great comedy video. If you have more videos like this from American comedy things, I mean, it's a laughing in the background is annoying, but who cares? It's just funny. And if you want to see me reacting to most things like this, then please write it in the comments. Yeah, I love it.
Never again will a political career end in a senseless act of meaningful legislation.
It's just all of these, all of them are dead politically.
Okay.
Yeah, not physically. Physically, they're.
I don't know if they also told those guys what's happening there. Maybe their reactions is more real than the reactions from people they probably have told him beforehand what they are doing.
Probably safer than they've ever been before.
Well, it's a very dicey thing.
I mean, again, just to reiterate, physically they're absolutely fine. Really makes you think.
Sure does.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, what spending
Sure.
time with politically
Sure does.
dead Australian politicians made me think about was how horribly wrong we have it in America. Thanks for speaking with me, Rob.
Pleasure.
You are a great human being.
Thank you.
It's just by all American standards, you are a politician.
Probably. I mean, a politician, it was the end of what he said. I thought maybe you're a damn communist or so, but I'm not sure what it was taken out, but it is funny.
And the fact that that is true is why I am now going to walk into the ocean. In America, we're told gun control is not possible, but in Australia, they've shown it is, providing a fantastic lesson for America to ignore.
To ignore you? I'm sure they will ignore it. I'm sure of it.
John Oliver, we'll be right back. Welcome back. We continue to know.
If you want to see more from this Daily Show, by the way, this Daily Show does really it looks very similar to the Heute Show you can watch in Germany. I can also show you what I mean. It's sometimes they have some good red text, but often it's just stupid things they say. Or it's just repeating the stuff which everyone says. It's comedy. In my opinion, that's comedy, and cabaret is more something which is more deeper into this material. But anyway, let's continue.
Our series from Australia. John Oliver learned that following a mass shooting in Australia, the country introduced gun control, and it worked. So how can America take this valuable lesson and ignore it? John Oliver finds out in this, our final installment.
Previously, I went to Australia, where I learned that in 1996, their government enacted sweeping gun control laws. The result, reduced gun violence and zero mass shootings. So are there any lessons for America here? Virginia gun advocate Philip Van...
I think all the countries in the world can, in some degrees, maybe learn something from this Australian case. Maybe already some countries have it much better or even similar like this, but some others probably have it not like this or also not similar like this. So many countries can learn something from this. Also maybe Germany and, I mean, I don't know, other countries in the world. I speak to all of you guys. Please like and subscribe to the video. If you have not already done it, please click now the like button and the subscribe button. It's just 2 clicks and it will give me some great feelings. So please do so. And let's continue with the video.
Van Cleve has a clear answer.
We're not Australia. It's a very different culture. Different people, different everything.
Right, there's no similarity with Australia. Australia is a former British colony with a wild frontier that was tamed by brave men who also wiped out almost an entire indigenous population. And
this sidekick with the indigenous population was also great. I mean, I don't know so much about what the Australians did to the Aborigines. I'm not sure, are they Aborigines in Australia or in New Zealand? But the indigenous population, they also probably treated not very well. And America also not, of course. The United States, I'm sorry, the United States and not America. America is much larger. Of course, also the Spanish people in South America did not great to the indigenous population, but I meant now the United States of America. Let's continue with the video.
we are not similar to that. Right?
Right.
Right, because unlike Australia, we Americans know when the guns are taken away, tyranny inevitably follows.
The founding fathers knew that
The founding fathers are hundreds of years ago. You should really work on a new constitution and a new everything, so it is more modern. The founding fathers could not have foreseen everything.
governments tend to grow beyond their means. In America, we're stepping in the direction of a police state.
Is that really happening, Philip, or is that some kind of crazy paranoia?
I mean, the police state is just coming closer and closer to a police state. Maybe they even are already a police state. I mean, the police is very powerful and very brutal sometimes, the American police, the United States police. So maybe I mean, kind of correct, I guess, that they're stepping into the direction of a police state. But yeah, I mean, the police then also would maybe not have always a gun with them. It would also be a good thing. So police officers should rarely ever have a gun on their body when doing normal stuff, what they often normally do, like traffic controls, whatever. I mean, police are doing much more than just following arresting criminals or so. They also do many other things, controls of other things which are not dangerous. So in the most circumstances, I think police officers should not have guns with them on their body. Maybe in the car also, but not on the body. It's not necessary in most cases. Some cases it is maybe necessary, but in most cases it's not. My personal take. You can tell me in the comments whatever you think about this. Please do so. Definitely.
Oh yeah.
We have police, they're now wearing ninja suits, if you will. I mean, you don't even know they're police necessarily. They got the black masks on and everything.
So I'm not sure what this guy is referring to when he says this. So please tell me in the comments also. I am curious.
It really isn't crazy paranoia. You're justifiably frightened about ninja police.
Yeah, ninja police, yes.
I mean, of course it's comedy, but I'm not sure what he's referring to. So please tell me. It's weird.
Yeah. Ninja police.
I would be more afraid of police officers with big guns and this kind of how to say it, machine guns, machine pistols, or big shields. And when you go to a demonstration, a police officer stands there in rows with shields up and weapons in their hands. That's not the way police should interact with the citizens. That's not something they should do, and that's not a way they should dress and present themselves, in my opinion. So yeah, you can also tell me in the comments what you think about this, but yeah, do so. We can have a nice peaceful conversation in the comments if you want. You can also follow me on Twitch. We can also talk there about many different things. You can try to convince me there from things which I am now have a different opinion on. I don't think that you will, at least not with gun controls and so, or making me in favor of wars. I am a pacifist, so, but we can talk, we can discuss things there. Link in the description. So yeah, let's continue with the video.
Yes. Yeah.
Sadly, without access to semi-automatic firearms, Australians wouldn't know a thing about real freedom.
Bloody oath we're free. We just sit here doing whatever we want. Everybody's just hanging out and having a good time.
People don't have the same concerns anymore about getting gunned down when they're at a tourist resort.
Yeah, but was that worth it?
Yes.
Was it worth giving up your
That's funny what comes now.
fundamental freedoms just to not get shot in a gun massacre?
What are you talking about?
Australia.
It's also funny that they almost blur out the word fuck or so. It's just, I mean, it doesn't matter so much. It's not so important. You can do so. If you have gun controls, you can also blur out the word fuck and whatever other curse words you don't want that your children hear. I don't care. Gun controls would be much more important to me and many other people as well, I think.
Must now live in this well-regulated nightmare because of ex-politicians like Rob Borbidge, who smugly thinks that his country has something to teach us.
I hope that they would have a look at what has happened here.
Why would people want to live like this.
because they might want a safer society to live in.
I mean, I would love to visit the United States. So many things I would like to see in person, but I am afraid of too many guns and people, too weird people. I mean, weird people are everywhere, but people with guns and they are weird. And this combination I just don't like. And or other people with guns. It's I mean, you see also guns when I visited France or other countries in Europe, but there's just the police who have guns. It's not just random normal people who have guns. And I think it's also weird that the police, as I said, have guns in the public, but that's something else. They are, at least theoretically, I hope they are trained, but yeah, normal people should not have access or being allowed to have guns, and police should also not wear guns in most of the cases. So, yeah.
But it's pointless for us to study the Australian experience because their fear of gun control back then has no parallels with ours.
I mean, what kind of things were you hearing when you suggested gun control?
That a government was becoming a dictatorship.
All right, that's one.
We're told that people would not have the right to defend their property and their families.
Okay, that's definitely two.
The democracy is at stake somehow if the government decides there should be a background check.
Yeah, all right.
That
three.
We're about to be invaded by the Indonesians.
That's completely different. No.
Indonesians. I think no American is afraid that they get invaded by the Canadians or the Mexicans. I mean, they are afraid of refugees sometimes, maybe, but not of being invaded with violence, with guns and so. I don't think so.
No one in America is afraid of Indonesians. Are they afraid of Mexicans and Muslims coming? Maybe.
Sure, he claims Australians were angry, but where is the proof?
People's rights are being taken away from them.
And I'm not going to give up any guns that they're going to take off me. Are you going to give yours up?
Okay, there it is. But how do those angry rural conservatives feel now?
My immediate reaction was
this is insane that even someone who was against gun control at the time the law was put into constitution or put into place was created is now in favor of it or understands the necessity of this.
That it was an overreaction, but as time went on, the regulations were quite manageable.
So, hold on. You didn't want to give up your high-powered gun?
No, but I felt as if I had a bit of a duty to the rest of our society.
And if you think that sounds bat crazy, this effective gun control was enacted by conservative politicians.
That's one of the most insane things for me. That even it's no Democrats. No, I mean Democrats maybe. I mean democratic people, but no, not the progressive party. Or so normally you would expect something from this party like this. Whatever, but a conservative party. That's interesting.
Against the will of their own base.
There's no other way. There is no other way.
But our politicians are different. They know that
gun control doesn't work.
Or even if it does,
it takes a long time.
And to be fair, John Howard and his Deputy Prime Minister Tim Fisher have had since 1996.
They did it probably much faster.
To enact their sweeping reforms.
It took less than 3.5 months.
What? What?
Put Arthur Massacre was on the 28th of April 1996.
Yep.
In a 12-week period shortly following that, bulk of legislation was devised, drafted, debated and implemented.
But it doesn't work.
0 massacres since 1996.
Yeah, you keep saying that, but gun control doesn't work. So...
My head was spinning. I had to clear it the traditional Aussie way.
Beer.
No, not that way. A walkabout.
The Second Amendment is sacrosanct political suicide.
0 massacres since 1996.
From my cold, my dead hand.
Let's see.
It's a bloomin' onion. So hungry. Bloomin' onion.
What the?
After 3 days in the bush with a guy in a kangaroo suit, it became clear what the real issue with gun control in America is.
If guns aren't the problem...
The people are probably the problem.
Philip, what is the problem?
People.
People are the problem.
Yes.
Do you know what? After spending this amount of time with you, Philip, I'm starting to believe that that's partially true.
Good.
The people. Yeah.
Good.
Well, I'm glad you understand that people are the problem.
Yeah, that is becoming just painfully obvious.
After investigating the issue on opposite sides of the earth, I discovered that if Americans really do want gun control, there
is one way, and it's awesomely funny. I mean, you can also... Okay, at first him making the joke.
is actually one thing they can do to get it. Move to Australia.
I mean, they probably could also move to other places in the earth. I mean, there are also other countries. I'm not sure how big in Germany would be on this list, but there are probably other countries with gun control, with meaningful working gun control. So maybe they can also choose some places if they like other climate and so. But yeah, they definitely should not stay in the United States if they don't. If they want, if they can, move somewhere else, and if they want gun control, because it's probably easier to go somewhere where there is gun control than waiting for gun control to come to the United States.
John Oliver, we'll be right back.
Yeah, this was the video about gun control. Gun control in the United States and gun control in Australia. A bit gun control in Germany. I think in Germany it is you need a license. So that's something I know. And maybe I will make another video in more details about gun control in Germany. But I record already more than 50 minutes, so this video is already more than twice as long as the original video, which is I think a good thing. So. If you have watched it so far, if you are still watching right now and listen to my voice right now, so please like the video, subscribe to my channel, subscribe to my second channel also if you want. I will maybe even put a link to the second channel also on the screen right now, so what you can see now. I will today also react to The Ocean is Way Deeper Than You Think, and I will make a few quizzes on the Terror. And I will also maybe later today or tomorrow make a first video from Death Stranding, the director's cut. I will have the video, I have the game now, and if you would like it, then please watch it also. When people here on YouTube don't like to see it here on my channel, then I will probably play it privately, but I will try it out. My parents recommended it to me, and yeah, so please like the video, subscribe, and watch some more videos from me, and also Twitter and Twitch, and so you know. Anyway, have a nice day.